Hi, my name is Mr. Douglas. I'm the Curriculum Team Leader of Science here at Hartford Church of England High School. And today we're just going to go through a few things about science and how it's taught at Hartford. So the idea is just to give you a bit of an overview about both the combined science course that we offer and the separate science course which we offer, which is where you get a separate GCSE in biology, chemistry and physics. We'll go through the topics covered, how it will be assessed externally, and hopefully provide you with further information about all the resources which are available to the pupils, both in school and out of school. Hopefully all in under 10 minutes. Okay, so firstly, just introduce the science team. Like I said, my name is Mr. Douglas. I'm assisted by Mrs. Keegan, who's the assistant curriculum team leader. We've also got a few new members of staff, including Mr. Taylor, who's the lead practitioner of science, and he'll be concentrating on the development and of enrichment opportunities across the board in science in all year groups, including year 10 and year 11. You've also got Mr. Armstrong, Mr. Muir, Mr. Cook, Mr. Chandler, Mr. Mullen, Mrs. Laybourne, and Mr. Hardwick. Okay. So science at GCSE for year 10 pupils, we follow the Edexcel exam board, and the grading structure is grade 9 to 1. And if you are on the higher tier, you can get grades between 4 and 9. If you're on the foundation tier, grades are limited to 1 to 5, and there's no decision made on tier until probably around the March of year 11. So there's lots and lots of time before we actually make that final decision. And any decision obviously is discussed with this child and yourselves. Okay, so the courses that we offer, both of them, like I said, are at Excel. The first one is combined science, which will be, if your child is taking combined science, they will be given 9 hours per fortnight of science. So they'll be split 3 lessons of physics, 3 lessons of chemistry, and 3 lessons of biology. It will be a double award, which means that at the end of the 2 years, in year 11, when they open that envelope, they will get 2 grades, and that could be a 5.5, a 7.7, or a 7.6. And the grade will be an average of their biology, chemistry, and physics topics put together. On the other side, there is the separate sciences, which again covers biology, chemistry, and physics. But this time they are offered a single award, so they are only so what am I trying to say? They are assessed individually. So the biology will only affect the biology, chemistry will only affect the chemistry, and physics will only affect the physics. And that will be 14 hours per fortnight because there's a bit more content, and that will be split 5 lessons of one subject, 5 lessons of another, and 4 lessons of one of the other sciences. And like I said, you will just be affecting your biology marks if you don't do very well on the biology assessments, whereas in the combined science, they would be an average of all the biology, chemistry, and physics topics. So just a few topics that are in the biology scheme. Everyone, regardless of combined science or separate sciences, will complete topics 1 to 9. Cells, animal cells, genetics, plant genetics, evolution, natural selection, health and disease, photosynthesis, all very, very common things that will really benefit them going on to do possible A-level courses. Then we go into chemistry. So we've got a lot more topics, but they are smaller topics. And you'll see that some of them are identified as being red, and they are the topics that are just standalone topics, which just the chemistry separate sciences will do, and the combined scientists will not. Again, in physics, we have one topic, which is astronomy, topic 7, which only the separate scientists will cover, but all the other topics are covered within the combined science and the separate sciences. Obviously, separate sciences, there's a little bit more content in each of those topics than the combined science. That's the main difference. Okay, in terms of how it's assessed externally, at the end of year 11, the combined scientists will do six exams, so 2 biology, 2 chemistry, and 2 physics. And the duration of each of those exams will be 1 hour, 10 minutes. And at the end, like I said, they will get 2 GCSEs in combined science, which is an average of biology, chemistry, and physics papers. And you can see how the split is down on the side. Each paper is roughly worth about nearly 17%, and they are averaged out over the course of the exams. In a different way, the separate scientists will have, again, six exams, 2 biology, 2 chemistry, 2 physics, but this time the duration is 1 hour 45 because there's more content to cover, so there's more content to be assessed. And this time you'll get 3 GCSEs, 1 GCSE in biology, 1 GCSE in chemistry, 1 GCSE in physics, and the papers, so 2 biology, they are both worth 50%. So there's equal weighting of paper 1 and paper 2. During the course of combined science and separate sciences, so both in year 10 and year 9, all pupils will need to cover what we call the core practicals, and the core practicals are listed there in front of just for you to see. So we have the biology practicals, so we're looking at enzymes, looking at food tests, and looking at photosynthesis, chemistry, and physics. So everyone in the country will cover these practicals, and they will contribute towards 15% of the questions that will be on the final exam paper in the summer. So we do the practicals in school. We work on the questions similar to what they may ask and the conclusions that you can draw from those investigations, and then the pupils will be assessed on them at the end of year 11 in the external exams. So over to what we have got to offer in terms of support. So we subscribe to Active Learn, which is a program where the pupils have access to electronic textbook. So you can see there are all the books they have available to them. So the buttons on the bottom there, the Edexcel Sciences and Exploring Science, they are the ones that we use for science. And if you click on them, it will open a double page spread, and it'll have the learning objectives on the left-hand side. It'll have all the content, and have some questions and checkpoint questions that the pupils should be able to answer before moving on. They also have interactive quizzes, interactive PowerPoint presentations, and videos just to help support and embed that learning. In addition to that, one of the good things about Active Learn is, as teachers, we can set homework via Active Learn, and it appears in their tasks. And there will be little interactive questions. This one's just a quick match up the keyword to the definition, or to the function, sorry. They can be extended questions, but ultimately what they allow us to do is track the progress of the pupils and see how they are progressing with the development of their understanding. If you notice on the left-hand side, there is a little learning aid button. So if the pupil can't or is finding it a little bit challenging to answer those questions, they can click on the learning aid task, and then that will take them or give them opportunity to either open the PowerPoint or the textbook where the information might be available to help them answer that question. So they might open to a part of the book or part of the presentation. And the good thing about Active Learn is it allows us to analyse the knowledge and understanding that the pupils are gaining over the course of the 2 years of Key Stage 4. So it gives us a breakdown of how many questions they tried, what percentage they got correct, and how many tries they took to get that mark. Another one of the resources that I'm quite a big fan of is Cognitive revision videos. So it's a free website where the pupils can go on the website and they can navigate to GCSE topics and videos that relate directly to the content that they're learning in lessons. So here they've just chosen the physics page. So they've got a video on acceleration, momentum, change in momentum, and energy resources that will obviously help them consolidate and just embed and cement the knowledge that they've gained over the course of the lesson. And if they're struggling with homework, it's a quick, easy place to go just to gain a little bit of support. Again, something that they also offer is not just the videos, but they've got past paper questions, and they are targeted at either the higher or foundation papers, and they are specific to, again, our Edexcel exam board, and pupils can type in or they can navigate through to the Edexcel version, and if they're struggling on certain questions to do with photosynthesis, they can just answer loads and loads of questions about photosynthesis, and they will have a mark scheme that can be looked at just to assess how well they've done on those questions. Another one that is available and is free, sorry about that, is Seneca. I think my text box is covering the Seneca logo there, but Seneca is very similar to Active Learn. Again, it's specific to our exam board, and it allows the pupils to track their learning over a period of time. So it's got short tasks, it's got longer tasks, it's got extended writing tasks, it's got little supportive videos that all are there designed to help further the knowledge and improve the understanding of the pupil. And again, because we love a bit of data analysis, the best thing about Seneca is it's free, obviously. All the information is then tracked, and it can show how you're progressing and if you are getting better and better. And obviously, studies have shown that 2 hours on Seneca a week improve your grades. Then, just quickly, I'll just talk about our internal assessment. So our internal assessment is based around extended writing questions, which are 6-mark questions taken from exam papers, because we feel if the pupils see similar type of questions that they will face, then it's going to benefit them in the long run if they were to see something similar in the final exam. So on the left there, you've got a try now. So hopefully you'll be aware of the try now kind of activities we do. So that it's an extended piece of writing, and then once it's marked by the member of staff, they are given a try now target sheet, where at the bottom on the left it says my strengths, so it just identifies what they've done really well during that activity, and then above it says my targets, and then 1 or 2 of those targets will be highlighted, and they are the targets that the pupil would then respond to in the area that's in my response to target. The other way we assess is by end of unit tests, and that will be the assessment sheet on the right hand side, and this one allows the pupils to red, amber, green what they were good at, what they were not so good at, and what they need to work on, and then they can do similar try now corrections once they've got the feedback from the member of staff. Finally, it's just the old revision guides. If you are a bookworm, people still use the CGP revision guides, and we are big fans of them. So again, it depends what course you're doing, combined science or separate sciences, to decide which book is relevant to you. They come in chemistry, physics, and biology separate ones, or they come in a whole book together. And they are available at the office, and they will direct you to decide which one you need for the pupil. Again, we've also got exam workbooks, which have lots and lots of exam questions and mark schemes, and they are available at the same place. Next, if you are doing separate science, there are the same kind of books, but obviously they've got more content in them, they're a little bit more expensive. But again, we have available of practice exams and practice workbooks. Okay, so that's kind of an overview of what is available and just the difference between combined science and separate science. Hopefully, I've answered all your questions. If I haven't, however, my email address is kdouglas@hertfordhigh.co.uk. You could contact me or Mrs. Keegan, which is vkeegan@hertfordhigh.co.uk, and we'll always try to get back in touch with you as soon as we can. Okay, thank you very much.